So it's been a while since we've returned to the office of Elizabeth Carmelian. It's not the biggest office in the world, and she is seated in shadow as the lighting from behind her guest casts a mountain over her. And as the camera turns, we see a man who must be at least 2.5 meters tall, sitting crouched in a chair that questionably can handle his weight, with a pen in hand signing a contract. And he leans across the table and says, and you're sure you want to do this, Star Commander?
Yes, I am quite sure.
You know that the Jade Falcons on planet have turned many of the clans against us. I could only hope that the reputation of someone like you, with such what I understand to be excellent genes and a blood name, to join us. We'll do what we can to alleviate anything, but you're sure you're good. Sorry, I've been using contractions. My apologies. You are sure that you are good here?
I have spent enough time here that when others use contractions, it no longer offends me.
Oh,
there is no concern.
All right.
Please speak as you feel comfortable. But I am sure of my safety here. I am not concerned. I do understand that the Jade Falcon have a particular interest in the stable. And I commend your warriors for not abandoning you.
And I just wanted to, one last time, triple check. You did want to compete in a mech, not in your elemental battle suit.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just put your name here on the dotted line, and you will officially be a member of Apex Dragons.
With a practiced hand, he grabs the tiny pencil or tiny pen, and he signs the contract.
I suppose it reads Star Commander Karl DelVillar, correct?
Yes.
We get a quick PR video that Apex Dragons has been putting together for you. It's you just standing, but they've, like green screen manipulated it to make it look like you are standing on the edge of a cliff with 1 foot up on a rock, a snowstorm blowing around you, and then, it's like, the Clawed One, blood-named warrior, Karl DelVillar, elemental, joins the stable. Who will be crushed by his massive mitts as he approaches from the snow? And then it's like you and Seth standing back to back. Ghost Bear and former Ghost Bear, rivals or friends? Find out more. But again, you've never met Seth. Like, this has all been 3D CGI green screened in. Yeah, as you're headed, into the mech bay to take a look at your dire bear and make sure that it's being taken care of, you've got some messages on your WhisperNet device. Okay. One of them is from your daughter. Another is from a potential sponsor. They are like a Capellan Confederation extremely cheap ale. They're hoping that you'll sponsor. So it's like January here on Solaris. They want you to sponsor getting rid of the last of their autumnal supply. It's winter time now. They're sitting on this, pumpkin beer. They got to get rid of it.
Okay.
And they heard that you really like beer and would love to have you sponsor their...
I will send a reply that says that they should send me some before my interview.
Very well. You get a case of Yuanling autumnal beers.
Okay. What's the message from my daughter?
Oh, I don't know. I mostly just wanted to have something in there to indicate you had a daughter to show how different you were.
Oh.
It's probably asking you to bring home the latest game for the game console.
Okay.
It's gonna be whatever the equivalent of the Battletech Super Mario Party is. Super Star League Party. There it is. There's like a friendly cartoon version of each of the great houses. You know what I mean? Like there's the British guy, then there's like the friendly German guy, there's the respectful Chinese guy, that sort of thing. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
Yeah. And then like periphery states are DLC characters that you can get.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I would like to go buy the Superstar League Party.
Superstar League Party 8.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, so
he wants to be seen in public, so he's just gonna go to he's gonna go to the local Game Go and go buy Superstar
I am
League
curious
Party.
as to what outfit you're wearing. And actually, in the process, can you describe what you look like, Karl DelVillar?
So Karl DelVillar is a Trueborn Elemental, so he is enormous.
I don't know if you knew this, but there's only one type of elemental. You don't get a non-Trueborn elemental.
Yeah. But when he's out and about, he's wearing like he looks like a giant lumberjack. He's got the jeans, the work boots, the flannel. And he's got.
Listen, 20 years ago I would have agreed with you, but now you're describing a computer programmer on the West Coast to me. But sure, go ahead.
And he's got.
Listen, one more. Just take a look at Ludeman anytime. Take a look at what he wears. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Please go. Continue.
Fair point. And he's got. He has. Long black hair that he keeps in a ponytail, and he's otherwise clean shaven. And he's, as he walks around, he's all big smiles. He's that weirdo that says hi to random people on the street.
Oh my God. Listen, I have a question. Have you ever been to New York City?
No.
Okay, I don't know where to go from this. There's no other. Listen, I've been to other big cities, but there's no place other than New York where saying hi to somebody will make you seem like you were the crazy one and not them.
I spent some time in DC.
In New York City is a threat. Okay, it's a threat.
It's definitely not threat level, but DC is definitely a place where people are like, wait, you're acknowledging my existence? No, that's kind of weird.
Right. No. I've been to a conference in DC, and yeah, people treated me like I was crazy for acting normal on the street.
Yeah,
what can I say?
Like he'll stop in like somewhere to pick up a bagel, and he'll try to say hi to people in line, and then he's like on his way to Game Go to go pick up this game to play with his daughter later.
So look, you're not the first elemental any of these people have seen before.
Yeah.
But you are probably the most casual one they've seen. Like most elementals will wear their uniform. They don't have anything else. And there was a big push over the last 5 years for elementals to be recognized in the Division 1 power suit exosuits, which they were denied because, of course, like an elemental suit could easily kill everyone in the arena. Like we're talking exosuits in Battletech. We're talking like aliens, that sort of thing, right? An elemental with just a machine gun is going to annihilate that person. There is a elemental league that has started up privately. There's a very high kill rate there. It's for you, it'd be just like being home. It's basically just a bunch of elementals dueling each other, beating each other to death.
Yeah.
And they treat it like a circle of equals because it's, elementals only, which means clans only. Make an entertainment roll real quick. I don't listen. I haven't seen a sheet yet, so I don't know what his stats are. I just want to know how people receive him around him. Show me those ghost bears.
Come on.
Oh,
Yeah!
oh, the bear
10.
shows itself.
That's a 10.
Incredible. Do you have a bonus?
No.
All right, good enough.
No penalty either. I'll take a 10.
People receive you well. You don't even encounter anybody that is like, oh god, this is a Klansman. You mostly get people that are just like, oh, look at that guy, he's so cool, and somebody else is just like, nice muscles, bro. You work out? How much you bench? What do you do? 100? 1,000? 2,000?
My current PR right now is let's see, what would something somewhere in the realm of this be? Like, my current PR is something like 1,100.
All right,
I'm really working on it though.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm close to that. I'm close to that on my good days. You got any tips on how to get that big?
Yeah. Eat big, lift big.
Okay. Yeah.
And he just like,
okay.
I'm sure you'll get there too. You look like you've got the spirit.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those photos of like actor who's a huge dude next to actor who is a much huger dude, and you're like, how could The Rock be small? And you're like, oh shit, this guy's fucking enormous compared to him. That's what's happening here. Yeah, I mean, you go home, and I don't mean to a barracks. You go to an actual house where, I don't know that we call her your wife, your partner and your daughter are waiting there. She eagerly snatches Superstar League Party 8 out of your hands and rips the wrapping off and inserts it into the game station so that the whole family can sit down and play it on the game station Switch console. I don't fucking know. Whatever.
On the game station. That works.
Yeah, the game station. Let's call it the game station. I've been trying to look for it again. There actually is a canon video game system in Battletech, but I cannot remember what it's called. There's only one. There's one in the whole universe. And I've been looking for the Sarna article for it, and I just can't. I can't find it.
Audience challenge.
Yeah, I was gonna
help
say,
out, find
if
this.
there's someone who will find it, it's gonna be Spoon. You know that, right? And like, he's just gonna be like, "Oh, come on, Arthur, you didn't know this one thing." It exists and it's out there and it's real. Yeah, I mean, so you get the download for your upcoming performance. It's not like the clans don't have a news service, right? The clans have the WhisperNet, and it does involve 24/7 television about how lower castes can improve their life to make themselves better and maybe up their intercaste ranking, or maybe even if they serve well enough, their children could serve in a higher caste, like bump from merchant up to scientists, you know, get some real movement going on. And that will involve like trial information. So like, if two warriors have a trial on a planet, the lower caste will find it out on the news service like that. But you personally have probably never been interviewed. You will, however, be interviewing with a man called William Wyndham Williamson III on a program called Solaris Nights. They've included a list of like topics that they won't cover, just so that it, you know, like you're a serving, true-born, clawed Ghost Bear warrior. They have some topics that they figure that you're not going to want to touch.
Okay. And this isn't and this is intel about the show, about things that they're saying that they will do the favor of not asking about.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
This is from the studio, Donegal, you know. There's a lot of words here you don't really understand, but
yeah, probably. Just going through it like, Joanne, what does that mean?
she explains it to you in layman's terms. Now, look, it's not like elementals are stupid or anything. They're still genetically engineered superhumans, right? But
yeah,
you were not trained to be super smart. You were trained to kill. And as an elemental, that's doubly true. They were never going to be like, you should grow up to be a statesman. They were like, you should grow up to kill hundreds of your enemies and gun them down in a command center while planting a flag in their bloody bodies.
Luckily,
elemental training is harsh, man. It's brutal.
Yeah. Luckily, when I run into like vocabulary or phrasing issues, my partner is science cast.
Yeah.
So
what does your family look like at home? What are we looking at here?
So I figure we live on the Ghost Bear compound.
So in the spaceport then.
Yeah, so we live in the spaceport. But it's a cozy home. Like there's like the one room that's sort of like a living room that's obviously designed for leisure. I mean, we have our game station in there. But there's also there's a small lab there for whatever Joanne's working on. Behind the house is all the stuff for him to maintain his physique.
What kind of scientist is she?
Medical.
Ah, so she probably has a lab name for being a doctor. Interesting.
And behind the house, he's got all of his weights. He's got a few.
They start at 100 kilograms.
Yeah. You know those the dummies that the MMA fighters use?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a couple of those that are also large and very heavy out in the back for him to practice fighting.
What are those things that football players smash into to push back?
Yeah.
Yes, probably something like that.
But he's got this whole thing arrayed out in the backyard for him to he definitely doesn't want to lose his edge as an elemental while he's doing all of this. And yeah, that's kind of what the home looks like.
After dinner, there's a knock on the door, and then the doorbell rings.
I'll go open the door.
There's someone there. You have seen a military intelligence report about this individual. If only because they have remained so involved in clan affairs, despite not being clan anymore. This person is Ro.
Welcome, Ro.
I am honored, Star Commander, that you would know who I am. Oh, wait, sorry. I gotta do the Ro voice. Give me a second. Good evening, Star Commander. I'm honored you know who I am.
Well, would you like to come in and sit down?
Oh, please. I would hate to intrude, but I have need of having a discussion with you here.
I see. Is this a conversation you wish to remain between just the two of us?
Oh, it's a work conversation. I don't know how involved you would like your kin to be involved.
They
I don't
will
think
take
any
as
of the
much or as
topics
little.
would be untoward.
Then come in and have a seat and let us discuss.
All right. He enters, takes off his hat, and makes gestures of hello towards Joanna and Bethany. Oh, I see that you own a game station called DelVillar. How you?
I find that the multiple layers of competition, especially when playing with other players, to be an interesting new dynamic. There's a whole additional layer of beyond trying to win at what's on the screen and also winning at the verbal combat that occurs at the same time.
I know all about seeking absolute victory at every level of combat. I wanted to talk to you about conflict specifically.
I see.
You will be encountering certain members of the stable who will violently oppose. I wanted to make sure that they were known to you and that you knew to, well, the laws of Solaris, when you are outside of this compound, are quite different than how they were back in clan space, like Arcadia.
Yes, I have been trying to study the local laws here. Your insight would be appreciated.
Well, I would agree that as a clan blood name, Clawed Warrior, it would fully be within your right to beat Adam Kaseki to death in the street and no one would question it. While you're here on Solaris, you cannot allow him or any of the other members of the stable, or indeed even your opponents, rile you up with their vulgar language and their intentional slander. They will attempt to, what is the inner sphere colloquialism? Get under your skin.
Karl leans back a little bit in his chair, and he looks very solemn as he pops a beer.
Let me ask, what kind of beer is it?
Did he get his?
Oh, yeah.
His
You
cask
got a case of
Yuanling?
Yuanling. Yeah.
Well, if he's going to,
I didn't know if you were going to shill for primary beer or periphery gold or.
he definitely drinks primary beer, but he needs to. He has discovered it, and it's sort of it was unexpectedly good for him. It's like this. Normally when I'm supposed to be getting a full just experience, but this is a different kind of experience. What is this? But no, he wants to try the Yuanling before he takes it anywhere. If he doesn't like it, he's not going to promote it, so he's going to try it.
All right. I mean, have you ever had Sam Adams Jack-o'-lantern?
Yes.
Okay, it's that. That's what
okay. Karl likes it.
Autumn. Okay, all right. We have different tastes then. But that shit, I mean, if you drink Sam Adams, that's how I know we have different tastes. Because I drink. Do they even offer Parrot Bay anymore? The Captain Morgan sweet beers. Anyway, don't worry about it. Drink whatever you need to at home. Responsibly. Responsibly.
But he pops the top off with his hand, and he looks very solemn and very intent at Ro. He's very much paying attention.
And then you're like, okay. This is pretty good.
Would you like one?
I'm afraid that I don't drink. I briefly took up the habit and then decided it wasn't for me.
No, he's not going to push the issue at all. He'll give a nod.
I'm deeply honored by your hospitality, Star Commander. I am a lowly scientist cast.
I think highly of the science cast. My partner is of science. And you have...
My partner is of science. Oh
yeah. You also have... I have been reading about apex dragons, and information that has been provided to me suggests that you are quite competent.
I appreciate that the clans still hold me in such high esteem.
I believe you were telling me about my enemies.
Yes, you will be insulted, and you will be called out, and the only place where it will be appropriate to respond to such things is in the arena. And it should be noted that when a match is done, it is indeed done, and that any further action taken, where, for instance, if you were to defeat an opponent within a circle of equals, their fate would surely be yours to decide. On Solaris, unless a circle of equals is specifically agreed to for the match, such an action, such as killing your opponent intentionally, criminal in nature, it would have you be branded Dark Cast here.
The way
is
you
a
say
difficult
that,
terrain to navigate.
the way you say that suggests that should one of the spheroids agree to join a circle of equals, it will be honored as such here.
The Solaris Civic Council honors the laws of all of the constituent nations of the Inner Sphere, and indeed, even the clans have found their customs agreed to should all agree to it. I must say, you almost certainly already know of this, because there's no way you join this stable without knowing about Seth Kabrinsky and Kyle Morgan.
Yes, I did. I did hear a little bit about that. It is something that I have found quite curious.
Then if you know of that story, perhaps you know of Omega Tanaga as well.
I have heard of Star. He was a Star Captain, right?
Yep.
I have heard of Star Captain Omega Tanaga and of his subsequent death.
His actions would be considered brutal and extreme, even in clan space, and here they had him branded a criminal. I would just seek to warn you away from such a path. I would hate to see the honor of a clan warrior tarnished.
I have no desire to walk a path of Star Captain Omega Tanaga.
I don't know that I can say that I am any expert on clan customs anymore. And so much of my life here in the Inner Sphere now, but if you require aid interfacing between the two, I will provide you with my contact information.
I appreciate your offer, and I am certain that the opportunity will arise where I will require your help.
I am at your service, Star Commander. He hands you over a business card. It's just like, Ro, strategic consultant, Apex Dragons. Look, he got promoted. He's no longer a mech tech anymore.
If you wish to stay and enjoy more hospitality,
Oh, no, please, please. I would hate to intrude upon your den. Have a good evening, he says as he withdraws. I think he walks out the door backwards while putting his hat on, just to be very vampiric and weird.
Well, as he's walking out, Karl will give him like a nod and a raise of the beer, and then when he leaves, he's gonna go play games with his daughter.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do the next day before your interview?
No, I don't think so.
All right. You arrive before William Wyndham Williamson III. I want you to imagine, it's literally just a Michael Jackson outfit. It's a Thriller outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's just that. And he's Star Commander Karl DelVillar, thank you for joining me on today, your debut into the Unlimited class of Solaris Circuits.
I appreciate your kind words.
Some would say it's rather unusual to see an elemental piloting a mech, and my word from your text is that your mech's cockpit had to be specifically redetailed to allow you to have a command seat that you could fit into.
It is considered unusual for an elemental to pilot a battle mech, and there is the additional challenge of finding battle mechs and omni mechs that can accommodate the necessary modifications.
There are some among the veterans of the clan wars who have nightmares still of elementals clinging to their mech, ripping open their cockpits. There have even been... You understand the concept of traumatic movies? Of fictional movies?
I do understand the concept of fiction.
There have been fictional movies of elementals who rip pilots out of the cockpit and then use their elemental battlesuit to jack into the mech and pilot it against their allies. Now, of course, that's thoroughly ridiculous. Something like that couldn't happen. But like the extremely famous movie Mech Assault and its sequel, Mech Assault 2.
While he's talking, like Carl's going to like reach into a pocket and he's going to pull out a yuanling and just pop the top and start drinking it.
Oh, you drink yuanling?
I do. I recently acquired some. It is a pleasant taste.
Okay, make your roll, I guess.
That's a 7.
All right, look, you've already gained a reputation as being a sellout day one. On the other hand, Yuanling is just pleased as pie that their supply of pumpkin beer is gone. Who is your target audience? You know, who's the target audience of someone like Batista?
I like the idea that Karl does not understand the idea of target audience. And he was like, and to him, he's like, well, I mean, they want it to be advertised. If I drink it, I will allow others to see that I drink it. Like that's like this whole thing is just lost on Karl.
It's so straightforward. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you are ready? Now, of course, you participated in the Solaris Open and, of course, had a surprisingly good victory rate there. You feel like you're ready to face down with the best of the Inner Sphere, and indeed, even some of the best of the clans today, here, now.
It is my desire to sample the fighting prowess of the many nations that come here and fight.
You consider this a training grounds?
Yes.
Can I ask what your relationship is with Star Commander Seth Kabrinsky?
I have not personally met.
Do you think that you will meet him, given that he is now a work friend?
I believe that our meeting is inevitable.
What about someone like Hunter McGregor? Someone who has not only spoken ill of the clans, but who has promised to only pilot Inner Sphere machines. Do you feel like you'll be able to work with someone like that?
I have no issue with a warrior who is proud of his warrior heritage. If he believes that he is honoring his ancestors by fighting with Inner Sphere technology, then I see no issue with that. And I have respect for a man who has strong opinions and is willing to speak them. In time, I hope that he will come to see the Ghost Bears differently than he does the other clans. Time
Do you
will
believe
only
the
tell.
Ghost Bears are built differently?
Yes.
I've heard such words before, actually.
There are many traits that are attributed to all of the clans. I hope that those who watch and see us understand that the clans themselves are distinct.
What is your opinion of Clan Jade Falcon and their recent actions both on planet and throughout clan space?
The Jade Falcon have a long history of being very aggressive and very outspoken. It is no surprise to me that they continue to do both.
Okay, an unsurprising yet neutral statement. What is your plan to take on your opponent tomorrow in the Liren Arena, the Steiner Stadium, the Coliseum?
Well, my plan is to enter the battlefield, engage in combat with my enemy. I do not wish to kill my enemy. As we have said before, I see this as a a way for the different humans of the inner sphere to demonstrate. And I hope that my opponent brings honor to his clan.
Are you willing to guarantee victory?
Are you asking if I believe that I will lose the match or not?
I'm asking if you believe that you'll win, so much so that you're willing to declare it here before a audience of the inner sphere.
I believe I will win.
Down real quick.
And since nobody has thrown any money at this character yet, he is winning for Clan Ghost Bear.
Ooh, wow. The Ghost Bears, huh? What are they gonna do with money? Don't you know? They have a non-fiat system.
He is still learning how all these things work.
Sure. The intricacies of economics are not really covered in Battletech. I like how Solaris gladiators are paid like $12,000 a year. Yeah. But then they're expected to get an unknown but supposedly immense amount of money from their matches. Like the match pool for each victory, and then the huge money comes from the rebroadcast rights on every planet for their entertaining episodes. All right, so the next day, you find out that your opponent is Young Fishcakes. That's Y-U-N-G. He enters the arena in a Grand Titan and opens the microphone and says, "Good greetings, audience. Good greetings. 'Tis I, the most extraordinary rapper, Young Fishcakes here, ready to drop it hot. My op is here to oppose me, but I'm going to take him down with a big hammer. As you can see, I'm once more piloting the Grand Titan, although this model has been recently upgraded by Vining Engineering and Salvage teams here on Solaris. If you're looking for a mech that pushes the edge of what's possible, Vining Engineering and Salvage teams is where you need to go to get it. Now, some of you might think that my opponent is a blood-named elemental capable of fighting me, but what he doesn't know is that I was assembled alternatively." And the crowd is like, "Ooh, oh shit, he said the line, assembled alternatively." Star Commander Karl DelVillar. What do you want to do?
He's going to ride the shoulder of his of the dire bear.
Yeah, let's take a look at this
onto the field.
All these ghost bears are naming their mech bear. Come on, guys.
He's wearing his cooling
This thing
vest
is
and stuff.
sickening to look at. You know that, right?
Why?
Yeah, the pulse lasers with the targeting computer. That's cheating. It's cheating. It's too good.
And he's wearing his bear pelt as well.
From your clawing?
Yeah.
Jesus, I mean this pelt is like several times bigger than you are. Ghost bears are like fucking 5 meters long.
Well, if I remember correctly, the successful hunting party divides up the pelt and they make their capes out of it.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So this is one part of a massive ghost bear.
Yeah.
All right.
Look,
and the only clawing ritual that I've ever seen described in a novel was done by one person. So they got the whole bear.
And yeah, he rides out. He doesn't do like the queen wave or anything. He just rides out and he's looking around like, I see.
This is the only arena in any space that people can view live at, because the outside of the water pool is surrounded by a Star League era shield that absorbs missiles and lasers and machine gun bullets and such. So you're getting live viewership who aren't combatants. The Grand Titan, of course, uses that new technology a light Gauss rifle. It's also got that cheater sauce, the Guardian ECM, but it also is packed with pulse lasers. Definitely have the edge at long-range combat, however. Let's roll our initiative dice, I suppose.
And then he gets in. Like, it's not... He hasn't figured out how to do fanfare yet.
Oh, you don't wanna throw an axe
No.
at a picture of your opponent?
No.
That's what people here are expecting. All right, I got a 10.
I got a 12.
Well. Pick your sides, sir.
And we come in 3 hexes from the water wall. Okay. I'll come in from the bottom.
Forces me to come in from L top, V top. Right here. Grandest of Titans.
How tall are these?
1.
Okay.
Not a very good picture of the Grand Titan.
I shall come in. I shall come in right there.
Let's roll those dice again before I hiccup myself to death.
9.
Well, shit. Or 6. Of course I am. There we go. What do you want to do?
I will walk to there.
So, a true clan warrior would run into close range with me.
I'm working my way there.
Giving no shits. Then we just stand at close range without punching each other and fire over and over again.
By my count, that puts us at 14. Or 13. It doesn't really matter. I got where I wanted to be without running.
10, 11. I got 13. Let me double check.
I got 13 on my second count. I don't think it affects us in any way, though.
13. Well, I'm going to fire a light Gauss and an ARPPC.
Okay.
Do light Gauss first. That's what I needed. Inches of light Gauss. I've actually
I think it's 8.
Wow, they suck. They're horrible. Left leg for 8.
Okay.
That's also a hit. Center torso for 10. Shitty inner sphere ERPPCs. I'm about to just die.
I need 6s for my ERPPCs.
Yeah, of course you do. You're including targeting computer?
Yeah.
All right.
And I need I think 4s for the large pulse lasers.
This is why people hate fighting the clans.
I know.
Right here. It's this reason. Nothing else. Just the fact that you need such low numbers to hit. Doesn't matter that they deal more damage.
15 to left torso.
Because your mech costs less than mine. That's the weird part.
15 to left arm.
Sure.
Ooh, well, that's a miss. And 10 damage to left arm.
To some PSRs. Cess.
Cool. Time for initiative.
Wait. What about heat? How's your heat? I mean, you fired a bunch of stuff, right? Oh, never mind.
30, 40, 50,
What is your
51
mech made of
generated,
heat sinks?
52
Yeah,
dissipated.
actually it is.
It is. It took a lot of space to squeeze.
You hear about the legendary 5 ER PPC Direwolf.
There are no empty critical slots.
Yeah, that's rough. Bet the jump jets were tough to fit in there. All right. Initiative is
Okay, you win initiative.
please go first.
You have a pile of missiles and pulse lasers. I'm going to move my not moving.
A real son of a bitch move.
I know.
I have to get closer to you.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with
It's our
streaks.
yeah, it's a good move. It's a good move. All right. All right, it's 8 hexes.
Yep, that's what I count.
The streaks in range. That's about it.
All right, well, I shoot first. We're at 8, which is still medium range.
Please go ahead.
3, 4, 5, 6. So 5s and 3s.
There's the sick. Oh. Now I know why everyone wants to play 30-25, huh?
Well, that's a hit. So that's 15 damage to left torso.
All right. Oh boy, that's not good for me. You know that, right? I'm down to 1 armor there.
That is 15 damage left leg.
Okay. If you could stop hitting the left side.
It's really focused there, isn't it? 10 damage right torso.
Okay.
And 10 damage left leg.
Great. This is fine. I'm fine. Nothing could go wrong. I'm just an XL engine.
Oh, I just noticed that. All I did was look at your armaments and I was like, oh man, the Grand Titan. You never see that.
Yeah. You don't see that. It's a rare one. All right. Light Gauss Rifle, ERPPC, sorry, ERPPC, light Gauss rifle, and then both Streak SRM4s. Range is 8. Looking at the hit, 10 damage left torso.
Okay.
Gauss rifle is a headshot.
So 8 damage to the cockpit.
Yep. And mark yourself down for a hit taken.
Yep.
Luck thing. Streak fails to fire and fails to fire, so it doesn't build heat or use ammunition. It's still right. I don't know why I had you roll for PSR last time.
I didn't.
Oh, good, because you didn't need to. I don't fall.
Okay.
So, young Fishcakes opens a communications channel and says, "Good show, sir. Good show. You seem to be an excellent pilot." And as he's saying this, you can see in the background that like smoke is rising from a console. There's a fire behind him. Half of his mech is like falling off the left-hand side, and he says, I say there, though. I say there, my op. Your head seems to have taken a blow. Perhaps you should withdraw from the battlefield for this day. Return another time.
I am no stranger to being injured in a fight.
Very well, then. I suppose we should continue this, this duel at dawn, then. You can tell he really does not want to continue this.
Yeah. What is the penalty to call shot with the targeting computer?
+3.
Okay. +3, aiming at his left torso.
Okay, so initiative is 12.
We'll roll my initiative here. My initiative is 10.
So it should be noted, and I did this wrong a couple times, that +3 includes the -1 from the targeting computer inherently.
Okay.
So you add +3 to the target number, and you don't subtract the -1. All right, you're moving first. Choose your next words carefully.
I move by not moving, and I would like to open comms. Is there a way? I don't know if this is a thing or not. Can I share my targeting data with him?
Yeah.
I would like to share with him the lock that I have with the targeting computer on his left torso.
You're such a dick.
This battle is not a battle where a loss will lose you honor. It would be a shame to destroy that machine. I would accept your honorable surrender.
See, if he surrenders, he drops to rank 100 and is in danger of losing his job, so... So sorry, Nate, but young Fishcakes does not surrender. Unlike Apex Dragons, my stable has a surrender bond, so I must go out, fighting and all of that.
Then we shall continue this battle honorably.
You can tell he really does not want to do this.
Yeah. So I moved by not moving.
Oh my god. All right, let me just say this. Lawson just sent me art of Saya on her Jade Falcon dropship, crying alone in her office now that all of her friends are threatening to kill her. It's horrifying to look at. It's not even sad. It looks like someone's gonna pop out of a closet with 8 arms and try to kill her. It's this horror movie shit, man. I'm like, what is this? All right, you're holding still?
Yeah, I'm not moving.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I turned 1 turn. 3, 4, 6, and that puts us 3 away. Oh, goodness. All right, it's time to start burning some heat up. Please make your rolls to, blow up my left torso.
I am going to Alpha Strike.
Of course you are, you son of a bitch.
Using the targeting computer to target your left torso.
Yep.
Which does not work with the pulse lasers, but it will work with the ER medium and the 2 PPCs.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. This was some Kyle Morgan research.
All right.
Okay, well, that's a hit.
Okay. And that directly impacts the left torso with 2 criticals.
Yep, so let me bring my Ghost Bear dice over here.
Don't worry, there's just a giant ammo pile in there.
5-5.
No.
1-2.
That's an engine.
1-5.
That's a pulse laser. Not bad. Definitely could have gone much, much worse. And it will. It'll continue to get worse, actually.
With the +3, the second PPC will miss.
Okay. Now everything else just has to miss too. Continue.
Large pulse laser. That's a hit. So it's 10 damage right arm.
Oh no, you have to re-roll because of the targeting computer. When you miss your target location, you check another location. So 10, but it's become an 8. So what is an 8 still the left? Oh my god, it's the left torso still.
Okay, so that's 10 damage to the torso.
Okay, it's it. The fight's over. I mean, if you're Gleamo...
Did it blow it off?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm not trying to kill this opponent.
All right, not a Gleamo moment here.
So
okay.
all the rest of the fire pours into the left side of the mech.
Yeah, I need to check to see if the ammo cases in here explode. No. So the mech is cored. It's lost 3 fusion engines, and now it's $28 million paperweight. But he is going to shoot back with an Alpha Strike.
Yeah.
I never turned on the Guardian ECM. I forgot to do that. So fucking stupid. I literally picked this mech specifically. I even put dice out right here. These dice. I put them here for the Ghost mech. Oh my god.
Oh.
I gotta start taking better notes. Tired and old. I'm one of those geriatric millennials now. All right, let's see. ERPPC, light Gauss rifle, 2 streaks, and then 4 mediums and the ER small, just to say fuck you. Okay. Everything is in everything's not in
Nope.
So the Gauss rifle has a 1. Oh my, I'm just gonna get a this is gonna be ridiculous. This is like a time of Total Warfare again, where we've got like 5 different mechs with different ranges. Okay, I'm looking at 3, 2, and 1, and we're looking at the range on streaks, so those are also just going to be 5s. Medium pulse lasers are going to be 5 + 7 - 2. Sorry, 5 + 2 - 2. So they still need 5s. ER small laser is okay. So I need 5, 6, 5, 5, 7. No way, that'll be confusing. ER PPC miss, but it's a headshot. So you know what? These dice are in the air. The red dice will be the reroll for edge, because fuck you. 7 will hit, so you take a ER PPC to the face and you also go out.
Well, then I will spend my edge to eject.
need to roll for any of the other things. That's just it. That's good. All right. Wow, it's a draw. Not great.
Well, I got hit. I got taken out by Cockpit 2 games in a row.
Yeah, but here's the better part. You know, your mech is not going to cost that much to repair.
No, it's not.
He needs a new mech. You just need a new cockpit. All right. Let me get you on the board here. Took a head hit, so Karl DelVillar. Gonna need 1 medical. I feel like the stable's probably just gonna hire your partner
For
to
our
be your
medical.
doctor. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Like you keep it in house. You know.
Yeah.
She's got to get a local job. You know. Can't
gotta
just
learn
live on a military base. All right, let's talk about how to repair this thing. This is a custom direwolf, but it's an Omni-Mech.
The OmniMech was just a customization reduction.
Yeah, it's not for this. All right, so it's an internal clan custom, so it's actually 4 wealth to repair this thing, just for the cockpit. Ooh, boy. Doesn't matter anymore. We got people with tons of money floating around there. All right, it's the worst thing on Solaris. It's a thing everyone hates, a draw. You remain rank 100 in the Unlimited. Do you want to go to your post interview?
I want to hand my opponent a case of beer.
Was it Yongling?
Yeah.
Oh my god, amazing. All right. He will stand next to you and shake your hand, although it should be noted again that he's about 1.5 feet shorter than you, and say, "It will never be said that even though young Fishcakes must take care of an op, that he will not meet with him afterwards to have fish and chips. I accept your offer of drinks." He gives you a slight bow and then pops one of the tops off right in front of you and starts drinking it.
It pleases me that my first battle here was with an opponent who was willing to fight honorably to the end.
Oh, let me be clear here. There is wait, your guys aren't even in your mechs. I don't know why I'm doing it. I had every intention of being, well, Fishcakes here, but I got lucky. Let it not be said that I can't recognize my own ability. You, sir, are going to go far on Solaris, but my rank you shall not have. You'll have to take it from someone else. I will certainly compose a fine symphony about our duel. I speak of you favorably, even if you are an op.
Yeah, that's Karl feels pretty good about this. He's not even really a clan mech warrior, so
yeah, at the post interview, William's just like, Karl DelVillar, let's talk about what happened out there. Are we looking at luck or skill?
on behalf of my opponent,
What do you think happened out there? In your own words.
I think my opponent's hardware, his battle mech, was not a match for the Dire Bear. But I commend my opponent for sticking it to the end, and in the face of his mech being destroyed below him, still maintained his composure to be able to score a very good shot.
It was an amazing shot, to be clear. First, the cockpit cracked from a light Gauss rifle round. Then, a ERPPC followed that crack to devastate the mech. Now, are you aware that recently Apex Dragons lost another pilot to a very similar situation?
I have heard about this, yes.
Several of your stable members go out of their way to eliminate opponents with cockpit hits. I think we can all, just specifically people who you may encounter in the Unlimited division, Hunter McGregor and Adam Kasecki. How do you feel about aiming for the warrior rather than the mech?
On the battlefield, it is a commendable strategy.
What about here on Solaris?
As to the purpose of these games, maybe there was more for me to learn, but I was under the impression that these games were more for training and exhibition.
Entertainment, I think, is what many people would describe it as, sure.
If a warrior is to die in these games, then a warrior dies in these games, but I do not believe that is the purpose of them.
The only other Ghost Bear warrior we've seen in the arena is Seth Kabrinsky. And he had a very unusual opening style. You have a very different, some would call it casual style of entry into the arena.
I am learning more about entertainment in the inner sphere.
It seems like you're still taking some time to get comfortable to how things work around here. Say that's right?
In some ways, I feel that many would not be surprised to know that there is a significant amount for me to learn on the Solaris.
Is there anything us citizens of the inner sphere can do to help you?
I would more than welcome the opportunity to exchange cultural information with those who wish to meet with me.
All right. I'm just going to tell you this. I don't know if you've ever been to a WWE live show or a NASCAR rally, but there are a number of women ages 30 up who would love to exchange cultural information with you. Probably a lot of men as well. Yeah, I feel like you're going to end up in the same fan group as Seth now. Yeah, you've pretty much walked into this one as far as I can tell. You guys are competing for the same pool. It's okay, it's a big pool.
I didn't even mean for that, but that is funny how that worked out.
It's all right. Look, you know, it's really meta. But you can tell that different wrestlers are marketed to different groups. Chris Benoit and John Cena do not share the same fan personas. You know what I mean? Different, very different styles. Very different styles. People like The Undertaker, I mean, most of them are normal. Some of them are really fucking weirds. You know what I mean? Like, some of them think demons are real and that you actually can come back from the grave. I don't know. All right, you got anything else you want to do this episode? What about your post-episoding? You know?
I think the only other thing I would like to do is I think Karl, in doing some research, would know that there is about wow. I, as a player, am blanking, but our Rosselhag pilot.
We have several people from Rasselhag. Astrid, Linhilder. Am I missing somebody? Is it one of the main gladiators? Do we have some?
I don't think so.
Go here. Go to my list of people who work for Apex Dragons. So Astrid and Linhilder are from different parts of Rasselhag. Is there somebody else you're looking for?
No. I think what he wants to do is he wants to put together a I'm not sure what to call it. I'll just describe it and we'll just go from there. Okay. He wants to put together sort of like an exhibit, I guess, or some information out about Ghost Bear and Rosselhag battles during the
you're playing
invasion.
it for the Dominion. Okay.
But the way that he's doing it is to do it in light of heroics of people on both sides.
Okay. Is this a business opportunity or is this a media thing?
I feel like it's probably more of a media thing. He's not trying to make any money off of this. He's just trying to develop. He's just trying to talk well about the people of Rosselhaig. He's trying to show respect for their warriors.
Okay, make a media entertainment roll, I guess.
That's a 9.
Look, it goes well over with non-Rasselhagians. You know what I mean? Like it's still really tough for people who they had a decade of freedom finally after centuries of being oppressed, and then somebody rolled up on them. But the rest of the inner sphere is kind of adapting to it better, and your profiles and courage goes over better with them.
Okay.
I think it, and I don't want to say that like no Rasselhagians, but they've been really clear in the fiction that like the people from Rasselhag feel a much deeper attachment to their government than other, I think probably Linhilder and Astrid appreciate highlighting warriors on both sides of the conflict. I don't know. I mean, it's just hard for me to say. This goes over well. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. We're in the middle of the storyline where the clans suck. That's all it's doing.
Yeah. That's why Karl is leaning really heavily into the profiles of courage, where it is ghost bears and Rosselhags. He's not mentioning any warriors from any other clans or from anywhere else the ghost bears fought.
Sure. All right. You want to train with Brody?
Karl is curious to see what he might or might not be able to learn from a man who could not defeat one of his own students.
Can you imagine Brody being like, all right, maggot, you think you're good enough to be a mech warrior? Give me 50 laps. And then you're just like, 20 minutes later, you're like, all right, 50 laps done. He's like, what? You think you could just give me 50 more? I want you to keep running until you drop. And I'm going to be here the whole time. Then it's like 2 a.m. Brody's like sipping on some sort of like Rip It energy drink, trying to stay awake because you're just jogging and jogging and jogging.
I mean, Karl is going to follow the instructions, but he is clearly highly amused the entire time.
Listen, we got to get Pondo to describe what the training actually is. I can't just make him basic drill sergeant, basic movie drill sergeant. Pondo, I know you watch this. Give me a sign. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Kane. I hope you enjoyed the rollout of, what were we calling him? Fat Thor?
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to scenes with other gladiators where he can be a bit more silly.
Oh boy. I mean,
so I take
I want to see that. Oh, go ahead.
So I take 1 stress for guaranteeing victory, 1 stress for the meat damage.
Yep.
And then Brody reduces that by 1. So I have 1 stress coming out.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll see you in 2 weeks, I guess.
Or
we'll
2
see
days.
how your new character is received by the public at large.
Yeah.